tying him walking away from the dice game when it was offset dice. He was hitting 20,000. I warned Blueface, don't go with them dudes on no dice game. He's professional with this shit. Offset was like 25,000 in the Doug's pockets. 45 minutes later, Doug is 25,000 in Offset's pockets. Now it's Offset's dice. Say 1,000 a shot, 5,000. Doug said run it. Offset hits. Doug picks his money up and walks away. And Offset is in disbelief. Now QC Studios, that gate don't open on motion. It got open from inside the building. Offset walks right up and Doug's walking away from him, grabs his left pocket. Some money bulging out of it. He didn't take the money out of his pocket. When he turned around, Offset filed.
In the face.
And from there was a domino of other things that happened, but...
Right, because at one point, Whack 100 ran a whole story about this. And that's my man, but sometimes he exaggerates.
He said, I got my pockets ran.
Right.
And I told Offset, why you don't keep it real? This was like, man, what y'all want me to say? You don't understand. I'm like, why did you tell what happened? Like, you ain't take nothing from me, But, it is what it is, Back 100, just flat out lied.
Right. You said they tried me, but my mom could die if I'm lying. Nobody took a dime from me. You said Whack 100 is lame for turning them
I got paid, actually.
Yeah. They paid us to get off their ass. Right.
We all know you went through a very messy divorce with Offset. Were you worried about dating again?
I mean, everybody kept telling me, I should have fun. And we had a little bit of too much fun, and now I'm here. One thing about, dating, when you date, you feel like you're, 16 again.
Well, you want to feel like you're 16.
You do, but then it's you also remember what you dealt with when you were 16. So it's restarting again. One time he just told me, let me heal you. Give me a chance for me to heal you. And it's okay.
Stefon Diggs lost more than just the Super Bowl. So he allegedly lost his woman, Cardi B. Now, y'all, we had just talked about how happy Cardi was that they were going to the Super Bowl.
This was so packed and jumping, but you know what? Us Pats fans, we stuck together and we stuck it out and we won. We all we got, we all we need. Like Mr. Diggs said, L.
But when the Super Bowl actually came, Cardi didn't have much to say anymore. So a reporter asked her if she had any advice, but she kept it surprisingly short.
Message for Stefon before the game. One inspired message from him.
Good luck.
She said, Cardi said good luck and walked away. Good luck. Is that some kind of sick foreplay that only Cardi and Stefon would understand? I'm like, what happened? What happened to, like Mr. Diggs say, we all we got, we all we need. Ow. What, where? It's only been 3 business days, y'all. Oh my gosh. Well, I would be like that too because Stefon's other baby mama was also at the Super Bowl. She was also there. And then fans noticed the ultimate sign of a breakup. They unfollowed each other on Instagram. Okay, all right? And so I'm like, you know what? Of course you didn't win the Super Bowl. You got too many women and babies in the same place. Good grief, Stefon. You are over here in the Super Bowl. You're supposed to be studying defensive plays, and you over here making sure one woman is on the opposite side of the field from the other. Here you got your coach. The coach is drawing up the football plays. You drawing up visitation schedules. What are you doing? For me, I don't understand. Why would Stefon invite 2 of his baby mamas to the Super Bowl? And this is what I gotta say. I may not have understood a lot of Bad Bunny's lyrics, but I understood that more than what I understood going on with Stefon and all of that. Oh my gosh. You cannot double book women unless you also double book the exit route. And Cardi, one thing about Cardi B, she does not strike me as the quiet exit type. So Stefon, what I think is you gonna come home to a closet full of cut up clothes. So I don't know, but I still say we need at least one mystery solved. So before y'all actually officially break up, can you tell me what is the name of y'all baby? What's the baby's name?
It started with a claim so wild, so jaw-dropping, that people genuinely didn't know whether to laugh or feel sick. Because Cardi B just implied that Offset didn't just get jealous after their breakup, he allegedly sent an explicit video of them together, straight to the man she was seeing next. And if that's true, that's not messy celebrity drama anymore. That's something way darker. And the craziest part is, this wasn't even the moment everything fell apart. This was just the moment it finally exploded, because the love triangle between Cardi B, Offset, and NFL star Stefon Diggs might be one of the most chaotic public relationship disasters we've seen in years. And once you understand how it started, the ending feels almost inevitable. But that wasn't the whole story. To really get why this situation got so intense, you have to rewind to the beginning. Back to 2017, that's when Cardi B and Offset first became hip-hop's favorite power couple. Cardi B was rising fast, fresh off Bodak Yellow, becoming the kind of star you couldn't ignore. Offset was already huge with Migos. Together, they looked unstoppable. Secret wedding, red carpet moments, fans calling them the next rap royalty. But behind closed doors, things were already cracking. Because over time, Cardi B made it clear their marriage wasn't some fairy tale. She's publicly said Offset was unfaithful again, and again, and again. Not once, not twice, but dozens of times according to her. And what made it worse was the timing. She's hinted that some of this happened while she was pregnant, while she was trying to build a family, and instead of feeling protected, she was dealing with stress, betrayal, and emotional chaos. At that point, it wasn't just gossip. It was Cardi B saying out loud that this relationship was damaging her life. They tried to fix it. In 2020, she filed for divorce, then reconciled, but the trust never really came back. And by July 2024, Cardi B filed again, this time for good, irreconcilable differences. Translation, it was done. Or at least, it should have been, because that's when the real fireworks started, and what happened next shocked everybody. Not long after the divorce filing, the internet suddenly got a new name thrown into the mix, Stefon Diggs, one of the NFL's biggest wide receivers. And according to DJ Academics, Offset allegedly discovered Cardi had been texting an NFL player while she was pregnant. Academics didn't say Diggs immediately, but he hinted hard, and fans connected the dots fast. Suddenly, Cardi B and Diggs rumors weren't whispers anymore. They were screaming headlines. And Offset didn't keep it private. During one of Cardi B's Instagram lives, Offset jumped into the comments, basically accusing her of being unfaithful, trying to force her to admit it publicly. And Cardi B, she didn't deny it. She went on X and responded with 2 words that shook the internet. And did. That was it. No long explanation, no apology, just confirmation. And she framed it like revenge. A lick back, like, after everything Offset did, this was her taking her power back. Some fans understood, others thought it was messy. But Offset did not take it as closure. He took it as war. And that's where the story turns disturbing. Because Cardi later came forward with allegations that went way beyond cheating. In late March 2025, she hosted an explosive X Spaces session she literally titled War. And what she described wasn't just a bitter ex. She painted the picture of someone spiraling. Cardi claimed Offset was harassing her constantly, calling, leaving messages, showing up emotionally unhinged whenever she traveled. And then she said something that made the entire internet go silent. She implied Offset had been sending messages threatening to harm himself, begging, manipulating, trying to pull her back through fear. And then she dropped the allegation that changed everything. Cardi implied that Offset sent private intimate footage of them to someone she was dealing with. And based on the timeline, that person was Stefon Diggs. Let that sink in. If true, Cardi was accusing Offset of weaponizing something deeply personal, to humiliate her, to sabotage her new relationship, to destroy her confidence. That's not petty, that's not celebrity shade, that's intimate image abuse. And in many places, that's illegal. And Cardi made it sound like this wasn't a one-time slip, but part of an ongoing campaign. She claimed Offset and his new girlfriend were leaving explicit voicemails, that bloggers were being fed narratives, that threats were being thrown around. And suddenly, the public wasn't just watching drama, they were watching something dangerous unfold. But it didn't stop there, because more clips started surfacing. In early 2026, a video involving Offset and internet personality Selena Powell made the rounds. People claimed Offset was caught on FaceTime talking reckless about Diggs. Then came leaked audio rumors, violent language, threats. Whether real or exaggerated, it poured gasoline on the fire. Offset even went dark online for a while, deactivating, posting cryptic messages, and fans interpreted it the way the internet always does: guilt, pressure, damage control. And while no confirmed legal action has been announced publicly, the calls for accountability got louder. Because the situation had crossed into territory that wasn't funny anymore. And while Cardi was dealing with all of this, she was also trying to build something new, a fresh start with Stefon Diggs. But what happened next would make people question everything. By February 2025, Cardi and Diggs were spotted together in Miami. Valentine's Day energy. The rumors exploded overnight. By June, they were Instagram official. Photos, couple posts, fans calling it her glow up. And then in late 2025, Cardi gave birth to her first child with Diggs. For a moment, it looked like she really escaped the chaos, like she finally found peace. But if you know Stefon Diggs' reputation, peace was never really on the menu. Because while Cardi was building a family, rumors started piling up that Diggs was out here living like he had a roster. Multiple women, multiple pregnancies, multiple timelines overlapping. Reports suggested Diggs allegedly welcomed children with several different women in the same year. And Cardi may have been just one name in a much bigger rotation. And then came the twist that made everything feel almost scripted. The name Preet. Preet was rumored to be Offset's alleged mistress. The same woman connected to Offset was now being linked to Diggs. Fans claimed she was spotted around NFL spaces. And suddenly, people started asking, was this random or was this revenge? Was Diggs really Cardi's fresh start, or was he another trap in the same cycle? And then, out of nowhere, Jeffree Star added fuel by implying Diggs had been in his DMs that sent social media into chaos, because nobody saw that coming. Exes started surfacing, old accusations, old clips, and Cardi had to address it. She basically said Offset wasn't just a cheater, it was deeper than people knew. So in her mind, Diggs' mess wasn't the same, but she also made it clear she was watching. One strike, and it's over. Then came the Super Bowl, and everything collapsed on the biggest stage possible. Super Bowl 60, February 2026. Levi's Stadium, Diggs' team in the biggest game of his career. And Cardi? Cardi was all in. There were rumors Diggs might propose, media day clips teasing a ring, betting odds floating around. Cardi reportedly spent over $1 million planning an after-party. This was supposed to be their night, their victory moment. But before kickoff, the red flags were already waving. Cardi looked tense in interviews. Bloggers were leaking rumors again. Claims Diggs was seen with Pry right before the game. Whether true or not, the timing was brutal. Then the game happened. Diggs underperformed. His team lost badly. And the night that was supposed to end in celebration turned into humiliation. Then Cardi stepped out during halftime with Bad Bunny. She looked incredible. She stole the spotlight. But somewhere between that performance and the final whistle, something snapped. Because after the game, fans noticed something instantly. Cardi unfollowed Diggs. Diggs unfollowed Cardi. The unfollow heard around the world, and reports claimed she left the stadium early, before the game even ended. Why? According to rumors, she allegedly spotted one of Diggs' other baby mamas sitting front row, with their newborn child, wearing his jersey. Imagine that. You planned $1 million party, you performed on the biggest stage, you have his child at home, and you look over and realize you're not the only one. That was reportedly the final straw. The after-party went unattended. Neither of them showed. Fans watched Cardi spiraling in real time, and suddenly, the relationship that was supposed to be her escape became another public disaster. But the internet wasn't done, because then something eerie happened. Just days before the Super Bowl, an old Offset interview resurfaced. His Call Her Daddy episode got re-uploaded, and people immediately raised eyebrows because the timing felt too perfect. In that episode, Offset spoke about Cardi like she was the love of his life. He praised her confidence, her rawness, her family values. He said fame didn't matter, that what he loved was who she was at home. He talked about being raised by strong women, about respecting Cardi, about not wanting to lose her, and hearing that in 2026, after Cardi's allegations, after the harassment claims, after everything, it hit different. The comments were a war zone, people asking why it was reposted now, fans saying it felt manipulative, others saying Offset clearly isn't over her, and then Offset himself started making noise again, mocking Cardi online, throwing shade, acting like Diggs imploding proved his point, even saying, "I'm like cancer, you can't get rid of me." That's the energy he's giving, like he's permanent, and that's what makes this whole situation so unsettling. Because now the question isn't just who cheated or who's worse. The real question is Cardi stuck in a loop? She left Offset after years of betrayal and alleged emotional warfare, only to end up with Diggs, a man surrounded by his own chaos. And now, with Diggs exposed on the biggest stage, and Offset still circling the story like a shadow, people are asking something nobody expected. Could Cardi actually go back? It sounds unbelievable, but history is complicated. They've broken up before, they share children, they share years. And Offset is making it clear he's not disappearing quietly. So now, with the Super Bowl embarrassment fresh, with rumors swirling, with the internet divided between karma and victim, the door everyone thought was locked might not be locked at all. And the scariest part? This story still doesn't feel finished. Because in celebrity culture, it's never really about closure. It's about the next chapter. So the real question is this finally the end of Cardi B, Offset, and Stefon Diggs? Or was the Super Bowl just the beginning of something even messier? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Cardi is done for good? Or do you think this goes full circle? And if you want the next breakdown the moment it drops, make sure you hit subscribe. Because this saga is far from over.